Welcome back to the channel, people that know. Today we got some Rustoleum we're going to try to do for some countertops. So we got this hole in the countertop that we don't like. I actually made this bigger, it was bubbling up. So I cut out all the loose stuff, scraped it down smooth. We're going to try this Rust-Oleum from Home Depot. We're going to try to get these countertops better without having to redo the whole thing. So we got everything taped off. We'll put some more on the floor. I've done this before with epoxy and it can get pretty messy on the floor, but since this is a tile, it might be a little easy to come clean up. So just taped everything. Normally I would try to remove the sink, but I've seen people do it with the sink on, so we're gonna try it with the sink still intact. Don't mind it's dirty, we gotta clean it up. We gotta take the garbage disposal out too. But as you can see, there's some more scrapes and stuff in here, and we're gonna just try to make it look like a new countertop. Save some money, save some time, see if it happens. Before we get to cleaning, I was just debating on if we were gonna use the cleaner in the kit before or after we fix this. So this does have to get fixed and smooth before we use the Rust-Oleum stuff. So this is gonna be what we're gonna use to fill it with. We're gonna mix it up, use the hardener as directed, make this all smooth first. This is just to show you kind of how I'm doing this. I wouldn't recommend using this type of paper to mix it, but as you can see, just mix the hardener in. I'm no expert on that, so might have to follow directions on that one. And then we'll get this going. All right, that's as good as I get it. I'm no drywaller. But come back, sand it all down. I'll probably work on it a little bit more. So I got a little antsy. I went ahead and just taped off. We're gonna Bondo and clean the rest of the countertop with the deep cleaning stuff. There's actually quite a bit left. I guess there's no real need to be sparingly with it. It's not like you can use it for much else, I guess. You can if you want to, but so we clean everything off, so when that dries, we'll go ahead and sand it and then just clean the rest of that off. On second thought, I found out why I probably shouldn't have cleaned it off first, because now once we sand this, if I don't tape off everything else, I gotta re-wipe out everything. So, it happens, but at least everything's clean. A wipe down is much better than a scrub down. So we're back the next day, and we got our cabinet sanded for the most part. I don't want to do the best job, just because I do want to see how this actually works. Can I actually repair some other minor issues with the countertops before this has to be a perfect surface, and this part is probably one of the best ones to try it on. So this is what it looks like now. Got it sanded. This stuff is not like mud, so you will probably need a some type of electric sander. I use my orbital, but I like it. I did 2 different ones. I started with the 40 grit, and then I went to the 220 grit. Like I said, not gonna be perfect. I wasn't trying to step it up, but definitely smooth. You see some high spots and still some low spots in there, but overall much better than what it was. So we'll get this cleaned up. We'll start the next process. So the first coat is done with mixed instructions on how to go about doing this again. The ones on Home Depot say in 2 hours, recoat it. Ones on the bottle say in 4 hours, it's done. That it doesn't need another coat. But you can kind of see that it does need another coat, maybe further back. And that was the spot we did. You see that kind of filled in pretty nicely. Yeah, so I think I'll do the 2 coats, let it dry, and then we'll go with the veins. But so I did it with the brush, 2-inch brush on the back for the gaps I could get, and then I rolled it with a 3/8 nap roller. Just a 4-inch roller did pretty well. You can go up to 6, but I like to control the 4. It wasn't that big a space. So this is a little longer than 2 hours. We're probably pushing about 2.5 hours. I left and did some other stuff. You can see that it dried. You can definitely see that spot a little bit more now. So 2 coats is definitely the way to go on this. So we'll do the second coat and keep you informed. All right, second coat's done. As you can see, it definitely evened out a lot more. So I like it. So we'll wait another 2 hours for it to dry, and then we'll try our marbling. Here we are on our second to last day of this. Probably could do it all in a day, but I had other stuff to do. So we're gonna do our Rustoleum gray vein paint and knock it out. So the countertop actually looks pretty good as it is. And honestly, I could probably leave it like this and be happy. But we're gonna finish the job. Got my artisan brush that we're gonna practice. I just needed something to hold the paint. I ripped the box off. So we're gonna practice the little swirls, how it tells you to do, and I don't know, let's see what happens. So it's not looking terrible, but just to give you an idea of what I'm doing right here. Ooh, wrong way. I got my little spray bottle. I emptied this out and put water in it, just spraying it. I already sprayed that a little too much already. And then I'm just kind of following directions with this. Trying to be as random as possible. I found cleaning this out a little bit in between too many of them helps it not smudge as much, but I think that's kind of the appeal. Kind of like that. I guess I'm just trying to get the brush strokes out, but also not create more brush strokes. This is much harder to do with holding the camera as well. But kind of like I'm leaving those kind of imperfections a little bit. Maybe not so much. Too much. There you go. And I'm gonna clean up some of this other stuff. But that's what I got so far. Tell me what you think. You see, I have a tendency of being heavy-handed on the front end, and then it gets lighter. I'm trying to fix that by going the opposite way. We'll see. Maybe too many veins? I don't know. So this is the veins finished. Little squiggly line. I found out squiggly lines are not good because it throws off everything else with the lines. So I would not advise the squiggly line. But the rest of them look all right. Better than I thought it'd turn out. So I'm happy. And then wait for this to dry, and then we'll start the top coat. So as promised, this is the final coat and how it came out. Don't excuse that. Paint must not have been too good to the wall. We'll get that later. But the countertop's the focus. So as you can see, the squiggly lines is kind of where it went bad. And I definitely got humbled before I even post this video on it may not look as good as I think it looks, but I think it looks pretty darn good. Comparatively. First time fixing what needed to be fixed. And, you know, not very good how-to videos. So there you go.